It's me.
An angry kid, Wendy.
Let's work together to make sure you're clever. Who am I? Ask Dell. After I use you, let people know.
For CNN, a legitimate reporter, she analyzed this and said, hey, I can talk about a family that expressly wants to get out of Afghanistan and has not been able to do so. This is her telling their story.
I spoke earlier on in the day with a family of 4 from Houston, Texas. They told me they had been going to the airport for 2 weeks, trying desperately to get out. They all have American passports. They had gone to Afghanistan to visit the mother's family, and essentially the issue was they couldn't get past the Taliban. They were in touch with the U.S. military. The military was trying to facilitate their departure. I spoke to another U.S. citizen, a translator, a female translator who worked with the military. She was actually told she could leave, but her friend, who was a SIV holder, a special immigrant visa holder, would not be allowed to leave, and so she made the decision to stay.
We're leaving people behind directly. Even CNN, at least right now, Buck Sexton is reporting that.
And not even just as we're discussing this, she mentioned SIV holders, a special immigrant visa. Some of those are translators. A lot of them are people who worked for a U.S. company or contractor, and there were 2 tranches of SIV holders. There's the immediate military assistance SIV. Those are the TERPs. Those are people that guys I know in special operations are going over there. And I mean, they'll go to the ends of the earth to save those guys because they view them as their brothers in arms, and they were promised to get out. There's also people that worked in construction for a U.S.-based contractor, or they worked at the embassy as a clerk or whatever, but they also are under a different tranche of SIV. But we're talking about American citizens, families, blue passport holders, families that were left behind. You think, how is this possible? And the Brits, the French, they were sending out convoys. We saw the video of it. The Brits were sending out their guys saying, we're coming to get our people. I know the American military, if they're told, here's your objective, go pick up American citizens, in the
especially a family buck.
In the gates of hell, Clay, they will go and get them if asked to. What happened? I mean, how is that possible that we didn't get them out?
It's utter incompetence. It's utter incompetence. It's relying on the freaking Taliban, and I have to be careful using the words in front of Taliban there.
Nobody would be mad if you slipped talking about the Taliban. Maybe the FCC, but everybody else
would. Yeah, the FCC would be mad. Our audience would not be mad. But, I mean, the idea that we are relying on a terrorist organization to safely get our people out of that country is, again, I'm going to keep beating the drum, the biggest foreign policy failure of most of our lives. Certainly the biggest foreign policy failure going all the way back to the Vietnam War. I don't think there's any doubt. Maybe past Saigon, when you really start to think about that.
You remember we were talking about the Saigon moment, and we're thinking, oh gosh, we could be, and I think that we all believe that we could be heading to something like that. This felt worse than the Saigon moment.
It's way worse. I mean, we are letting Taliban shoot off fireworks while they fly around in our helicopters dangling people who are hanged.